What's going on, lunatics and crazy motherfuckers of the asylum? This is Dr. Six here. Now, I usually do, goofy little intro to the video. This one I'm not really going to do a goofy little intro. I'm actually going to be plain blunt and honest with you guys from the get-go. I am giving a parental advisory on this review. Today's review is on Body Count's 1992 album with the song Cop Killer. So this is a parental advisory warning before we start the video. So if you are under the age of, I think it's 17 to buy parental advisory albums, the lyrical content that will be in these songs that will be played through there is pretty strong. So I'm giving a fair warning for people that are watching this. This is strong content. So fair warning. And also, these songs belong to Body Count, not mine. These are not my songs. So all credit goes to Body Count for these. But you guys enjoy, and now DJ, spin that shit.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
What's up, crazy motherfuckers and lunatics of the asylum? Dr. Six. I'm coming at you with Body Count's 1992 album. This was released March 10th of 92. Produced by, some of you may know this guy. Actually, almost everybody may know this guy. For one, he was a rap artist. For two, most of you may know him from the TV show Law & Order, Special Victims Unit. His name is Ice-T. Big actor, big musician. He was in a metal band, which some may not know. This genre of this band was considered speed metal, thrash metal, and heavy metal. It was kind of a new metal also, because of the fact that there was like a little tinge of the rap-esque to the lyrics. Now, the thing that I find kind of funny is the fact that this album had a song called Cop Killer, song about Mama's Gotta Die Tonight. There's the track listing right there to the album. The thing is, though, this album was produced by Warner Brothers, the same guys that brought to you Space Jam and Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Kind of odd for them to be producing an album like this. This album actually brought in a lot of controversy because during the time of the album's recording, that was going on with the fight with Tipper Gore and the whole parental advisory and the strong lyrical content of albums and all that. So it was under scrutiny from the get-go. Actually, the album was not going to be called Body Count as a self-titled album. This album was meant to be called Cop Killer. But because of the fact of Charlton Heston reading the lyrics to one of the songs at a gathering out loud in front of everybody, it kind of made Warner Brothers take a step back and think like, oh shit, we need to fucking do something about this. So they made them drop the name Cop Killer. There's a song on there. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, the name of that song is called KKK Bitch. And the thing is the song, the lyrical content of the song was really, really strong. I'm not playing that one. The only song that has come off of this album that will be played, that you're hearing right now, actually, is When the Winner Lose. That is the only song that I'm playing off that album, because the fact is this album was so controversial. Such a strong lyrical album. There was a lot of profanity, a lot of racism references, as you just heard the title, the KKK bitch. In that, he talks about fucking some woman who her daddy's the Grand Wizard of the KKK, while he's standing in a KKK meeting dressed up in the hood and robe. So, you know, he kind of touched on bases that, you know, you don't sing about. You know, you don't put out an album. But Ice-T just blew my fucking socks off with this motherfucking album. The fact that there's a song on there called C-No, which Ernie C is the guitarist for this band. Check that song out. A phenomenal song. It is a nice instrumental, amazing guitar solo throughout the song. It's a short little song though, but it is an amazing song. Powerful for an instrumental song. But you know, you have Ice-T, who is on Special Victims Unit. You know, he is a cop on there. He plays a detective for like rape and you know, child abuse and sexual abuse and, you know, stuff like that. That's what he deals with on this show. And actually, the funny thing is in '92 when this album came out, he would record it in '91. And the main song, like I said, the title song off of the album, which the album was supposed to be named, is Cop Killer. Now, in that song, he is legit shit, talking about how police brutality is fucking up this world. He states in many concerts, I just watched a concert of them from, I think it was Pink Pop, over in Holland. He performed over there with Body Count in 2015. I mean, that's how recent these guys still perform. They just put out an album then called Manslaughter, which is the other two songs that'll probably be playing in this video, depending on how long this video becomes. But he states before playing the song that there's 200 United States citizens that is killed every year by the police. And you know, when he started singing about this, he's making it pretty pretty prevalent and all that police brutality is a big thing. I mean, it is a big thing right now. We are still talking about and discussing. I mean, it was big in '90s. It's even bigger now. I mean, you got the Trayvon Martin and you know, all the other stuff that happened. I mean, I'm not going to get into all that. That's not what this video is about. He was trying to make awareness of how police are, you know, and corrupt. You know, the police enforcement is corrupt. Not saying all of them are like that, but there is. I think every police station in the United States probably has a couple or, you know, at least 4 or 5 corrupt police officers in the department. Now, he in this song, Tipper Gore had got wind of the song, and between Tipper Gore down in Texas, the Texas police enforcement, California joined in, even some other ones across the seas have joined in back in the 90s to get this album pulled from the shelves, which they did. It did finally work. It took them a while. It took them a few months, almost up to a year, I think, actually. But they did pull the album off the shelves finally. Was not able to be circulated at the time because of the song Cop Killer. So what they did, Body Count took the album back, trashed the song Cop Killer off the album, and then re-released the album as it was without the song Cop Killer. So most people who do get their hands on this album get their hands on the album version without Cop Killer. Not saying that that's a bad version of the album. That's not the original. There is still some of the originals floating around. You can find the full original album on YouTube. It is on YouTube. Problem is I think there's like about 5 or 6 seconds of each song that is cut out at the end. I don't know exactly why or the purpose of that, but you know, in my opinion, I think it was a lot of bitching about nothing. Yes, I know that people probably did get dangerous after hearing this album, thinking that Ice-T's lyrical content meant for them to go out and murder police. Now, I know he says in the beginning that this song is dedicated to the LAPD and for cops who judge people for how they look, how they walk, how they talk, the type of music they listen to, how they wear their hair, their color. He'd like to take that motherfucking pig out in the parking lot and shoot him right in the face. I know that is stated in there. But he didn't actually mean anything by that. I mean, I think everybody has got, if you've gotten pulled over or if you've seen something happen on the news or you know somebody close and personal to you, I know everybody's probably had that feeling like, damn, I'd like to go beat the hell out of that guy. Or, yeah, I'd like to stomp his face into the ground. Because, it is bullshit on the brutality that the police department is causing us citizens. Some of us actually are not doing anything wrong, and well, it's like the gentleman here in my state. There was a guy that was in the city of Dayton, was at the Walmart, and he had picked up an airsoft rifle that was there in the back, and he was going to buy the thing. He was walking through the store on the phone with his wife, going up to the counter to check out. And some woman had called the police department saying there was a man walking around with an AK-47 in the Walmart store, all freaked out and stuff. The police department showed up, demanded the guy get on the floor and drop the weapon. Before they gave him the chance to even drop the weapon and get down on the floor, they shot him and killed him. And then a couple of the stray bullets had hit patrons of the Walmart besides himself. And it actually killed one of the other ladies, one of the ladies that were shopping that had gotten hit in another aisle. She laid there and bled out. And my thing is that was a bunch of bullshit. The fact is they found out that here it was an airsoft gun. Walmart sells it. The guy had picked it up. Now the thing was this guy was on the phone with his wife, and his wife just found out that she was pregnant. And she was waiting for him to get home from Walmart after shopping to let him know that, hey, they have got an expected child on the way. He never even got the news that he had a child on the way because of him being murdered by the police. Now, again, this ain't what the video's about. I'm going to get off of that. I just had to give that little rant about how bad the police enforcement really is. The thing is I just want everybody to know, I don't think that police should be killed. Do not pull out a gun and shoot these motherfuckers. Don't do something stupid to get these motherfuckers to shoot you. Do what you're supposed to do to the T. If they pull you over, they stop you. Stop for them. Cooperate with them. Get on with your fucking day. Let them get on with their fucking day. The more you cooperate, the easier things go. The more you act suspicious and sneaky, the worse shit gets for you. But, this album, I actually couldn't find really any Billboard charts. I couldn't find RIAA certifications on it. I think because of the reason of how strong the lyrical content is of this album. It is some strong-ass lyrical content. He talked, like in that song, Mama's Gotta Die Tonight, he talks about how his mama was a racist bitch, and he burnt her, he put gasoline around her bed and lit it on fire, and she got up screaming, and she wasn't dead, so he hit her with his Louisville Slugger that he got for his birthday, and hit her twice with it, and then cut her up with a carving knife. Thing is his content is very strong, and the thing was that kind of paved the way for metal music as it is today. I mean, you've got bands that are like Bloodbath. Bloodbath sings a song called Eatin', and it's talking about cannibalism, talking about this guy sharing his body with people to let them eat off of him. And the lyrical content of music has changed and progressed over the years to where people just don't even give a fuck anymore. I know this album is so politically incorrect. This album is so profane and explicit. I suggest for those of you who do have children out there, or those of you who are children out there, do not look this album up, or those of you who have children, do not let them hear this album, because it is a very strong, contented album. Very, very well put together, though. I was quite surprised knowing that Ice-T actually produced this, of how well the album was mixed and mastered and produced. The instrumental on this album was just insane. Every one of the members that are in this band at the time that this album came out was African American, and they just jammed. I know some of you might know the band in Living Color. They did the song called Personality. My opinion on them is they weren't that good. They had that one good song called Personality. Beyond that, you know, they were kind of obscure. But this album here blows them out of the water. This is probably the best band that I've heard that is metal, that is all African American. Not saying that that African Americans cannot produce good metal music. They can. I have heard other artists that produce good metal music, good rock music. But the thing is this group is nothing but African Americans. I mean, it ain't just one single one like Straight Line Stitch has got Alexis Brown in it. And Alexis Brown is the only African American that is in that band. So, you know, or you got like Seven Dust, lead singer of Seven Dust is African American, but nobody else is. But I honestly think that this album, hands down to me, is a 5-star album. And the reason why this is a 5-star album, in my opinion, is how strong the lyrical content is, how much the Ice-T has tried to make people wake up and smell the fucking roses about how bad society really is. I mean, it sounds insane about the song KKK Bitch or Mama's Gotta Die Tonight, but he's talking about how bad racism really fucking is in this world. How much politically correct we have to be, you know. In all actuality, I think people just need to stop bitching and complaining and just let bullshit roll off their motherfucking back. Ice-T's got a really well thought together band with Body Count. They put on one hell of a show. That motherfucker knows how to work a crowd. But, you know, check out Manslaughter. That was a 2015 album. Also a very strong lyrically contented album. But check out Body Count's first album from 1992. Like I said, all that's on YouTube. I'm not going to drop the links below because I don't want the wrong people to get their hands on that stuff. Like I said, it's so strong. I don't want any children getting their hands on this. Like I said, it's a 17 on up album. So check that shit out. You guys take care of each other. Stay heavy, my friends. Peace out. Much love. Dr. Six is being paged out.